Motivation. The will to take a step forward. Where does motivation come from? Is it a culmination of external forces, making us rethink our positions? Or is it an internal kindle, shimmering against the winds of self-doubt, confusion, and trepidation? Science tells us that motivation always comes from within. It starts from belief. The belief that we are capable of achieving what we strive to achieve. The belief that no matter how hard it is, that we can figure it out. The belief that despite the hardship, that lofty goals are worth it. So how do we get unstuck? How do we get unstuck in a world that is spinning around us? The first step is to think about what makes us excited. Are we excited by helping a lot of people? Are we excited by solving a difficult problem? Are we excited by creating a space for creativity and exploration? Or is it something else altogether? But what happens when we don't know what excites us? Maybe we've been copying others for so long. Maybe our self has in itself been hijacked. In that case, all you can do is to rediscover yourself. You can do this through new experiences. You can try things that you've never done before. You can take yourself back to when you were a child. When life was unscripted and there were no expectations. When everything was possible and there were no limitations. When the journey felt more at its beginning than in its middle or end. Through these experiences and through this mental shift, you might be able to find your inspiration. An inspiration that can translate to motivation, and a motivation that can drive action. Every long journey starts with one step, but you can't take that step unless you believe it will be worth it. Successful people don't sit around waiting for luck to happen. Successful people create their own luck, one step at a time towards their dream. God has blessed us all with talents and skills, with knowledge, creativity, and energy. You might not be the smartest, but you might be creative. You might not be artistic, but you can have the hustle. You might not be a hustler, but you can think your way through difficult problems. It doesn't matter what it is. We all have our skills, and we must believe that we exist on this earth for a purpose, that we were given these skills for a reason, that someone or some group out there is waiting for us to use our gifts and our talents to make a difference. What will your difference be? How will you make your mark? Who is waiting on you? And what will motivate you to take that first step? Life is short. Thanos snaps his fingers, half the world disappears. COVID snaps its fingers, 100 million people die. The oceans flood, many cities go underwater. Change is as dynamic as you can imagine, and the winds of change never stop. It's our job to use those winds, to fill our sails, to explore lands beyond the ocean, and to take our lives where they need to go. But change is also heavy and difficult, like a boulder, a massive boulder standing in your path, blocking you from moving forward. How do we build momentum after taking a first step? You don't build momentum by fighting the boulder. You don't build momentum by fighting the boulder. You build momentum by leveraging the weight of the boulder in your favor. You build momentum by building a habit of pushing the boulder forward, and inch by inch by inch every day pushing it forward. With every push forward, we add energy through intention and through action, until that energy builds and builds and we reach a tipping point. Once we pass the tipping point, the boulder accelerates forward, not by our efforts anymore, but by its own weight, pulling it forward and tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. As it gains momentum, we can accelerate towards our goals and impact. So if you want to get impact, you have to start with motivation. You have to get unstuck and take action. You build up courage and take the first step, and then you invest in the habits you need to build momentum. Life doesn't change overnight, but overnight change can be the first step towards a new life.